Sounds like a Marvel comic book hero.
It is
The
a hero
RootSlayer.
in the garden.
This is one serious bad tool. If you've got to cut turf, if you've got tap roots to cut through, you've got a lot of planting that you're going to be doing, then this is your tool. It comes to us from Radius. You can always tell a Radius tool, and I'll show you the differentiating mark between this. This thing is an edger. My dad used to get down on his hands and knees with a small axe.
Oh my goodness.
That was my dad.
Yeah.
To be able to do perfect edging on the sidewalk. This is the RootSlayer. And I've got to tell you, it's not feather light. This thing weighs in at 4 pounds, and you can always tell a Radius tool by its handle. Nancy, welcome back.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to show this tool. It's awesome.
It is awesome. And
Yep.
it's also one of those things, listen, it's not a $15 plastic tool, but you buy this thing one time and you're going to have it for a lifetime.
Absolutely.
And it will do things that other tools just cannot do.
That's true. That's true. And it'll help you do it in comfort because of this patented handle.
Yep.
You know, the easiest way to make your garden look pristine and wonderful is to give it crisp edges around your garden beds and around your sidewalks and driveways.
That's the frame around the picture.
It is. And so Radius has given you this tool that is a workhorse, but it's also comfortable to use. And you said that, you know, the way you recognize them is by this round handle. That is a patented design. It's got a wonderful comfort grip to it. But as you're coming down, you've got tempered steel right here. This is carbon steel, and this is strong. You've got those sawtooth edges. And then this is the RootSlayer part. This is where you're going to be able to cut through the roots with that inverted V right there. So if you have a tree growing in your flower bed and it's creeping out into the, it's creeping out into the lawn, or it's creeping under your sidewalks, you want to get rid of that. So this is going to help you do that.
I'm telling you, this thing is serious. Now watch
it. Is.
And Nancy, I'm not picking on you, but you're 5'4"?
2.5 or 3.
Listen,
yeah, and I'm also not very strong. Okay, I've got weak arms. So I can handle this tool, even though it's a little over 4 pounds.
Well, the weight allows you to drive it into the soil.
Okay.
You also notice it's got big footsteps on it, so that you can help with your feet too.
So here we're simulating the roots that are in your garden because they're either tap roots or maybe they're tree roots, and that beveled edge is going to help you just be able to cut right through those. And so it's great because you want to be able to get rid of those so that then you can go ahead and do your edging. So I'm going to simulate some edging. So this is around the edge of my, let's say, flower bed or my sidewalks. And so I'm going to rock it either back and forth like that. If I need to get rid of something, I can tip it and get rid of it. We've got some dry soil here right now, so it's not going to act like it would in your garden, but you're just going to rock it and tip it. Now, if you have rocks in your garden, don't worry about it. You're going to be able to get right through, and if you need to move some soil, you can. This is not a shovel, but I want to show you it's got a nice straight edge to it, and that's why you don't want to use a shovel when you're doing your edging, because that's curved. That's not going to give you that straight edge. But I'll show you over here in kind of a little bit more moistened dirt. Let's see if we can get a nice edge here for you. Okay, so I'm going to just put it down. I tip back, and then I'm going to go backwards. Let's see if you can see that. I hope you can. There's a nice, beautiful, crisp edge right there, and that's what you want on the edge of your gardens, your walkways, and your driveways.
One of the toughest parts of getting a garden to look right, look at this, is getting the grass cut through, cutting turf.
Yes.
So it's a weapon.
It is. And that's
gardening.
That's in my front bed. That's my husband doing some edging. So you can see kind of like behind him, kind of at the top of the picture, how ragged it was after the winter time. It wasn't clean. Then that was just a few minutes, and that's what we were able to achieve.
I'll throw you an example. If you want to make a garden and getting those lines just the way you want, the easiest way to do it, by the way, is take your garden hose and lay your garden hose out on the grass to check your lines. And you can always move and snake that around. And then once you see where you want it to be, use that as kind of your marker for you to go ahead and get those edges done like what you see here.
And it's so easy. When you have the right tool, it makes it an easy job. When you have the wrong tool, you're struggling, right?
Yeah.
So this has got that weight that's going to help you kind of sink it down into the ground.
Shoes.
But you've you've also just got those kick plates to be able to help you kind of get that leverage to get down in there. The comfortable handle. I love that this is not your typical D handle, which only gives you a little space on the top.
Right.
It's got that round edge, so you can grab it anywhere that's comfortable for you. See, I can just kind of grab it either on the top like this or on the sides, which is how I prefer. And then you just sink it down into the ground. And that weight is going to help you. You can either rock it side by side or you can tip it back to move the dirt the way you want to and create that edge. And it's just going to be as simple as putting it in, tipping backwards if you need to pull it back, and you've got that wonderful crisp edge because you've got this straight edge. And if you need those sawtooth edges to get through really tough soil or sod, that'll help you do it as well.
The company, by the way, Radius Garden, they're out of Ann Arbor, Michigan. That's where they do all their design work. At $31.62, I am willing to spend a little bit more money for a great tool.
Yep.
My dad, when I was a little kid, we'd be out in the garage and my dad would say, Danny, when you get a little bigger, buy the best tools that money can buy and the best you can afford, because then they'll last a lifetime.
It's an
and you'll
investment.
save money. And edging is what gives your yard a finished look.
It does.
Whether it's making that circle around the trees, I've got mulch that'll be coming in soon.
And it keeps
Few
it
more
from running
weeks.
out into
Yep.
the rest of your lawn or whatever. It just keeps everything in place.
And by the way, you buy it once, you've got it for life. It has a manufacturer's lifetime warranty on it. We've got it on Easy Pay. It's 4 Easy Pay payments, so that's $7.91. And yes, you're not going to use this every single time you garden, but you're going to use it every year at the beginning of the season, probably at the end. Here's the crazy thing. I cut my grass late into the year. I'm still trying to figure out how that grass continue to grow over my walkways,
Right. Oh,
et cetera. Trimming and edging will be the very first thing I have to do out in the yard this year.
right, exactly. And the great thing is, it's not a big thing to store. Some power tools take up a lot of space. We're living in a smaller place now. We don't have a lot of room in our garage to store tools. I love that this will just hang up on a hook, doesn't take up a lot of room. And with this edge right here that you're going to cut roots, you're going to find yourself bringing this out all through the season, even when you're not just edging.
It takes the back-breaking part of gardening and makes it much, much simpler for you. And it's the old adage of working harder, working smarter, not harder.
I agree.
Notice as a man, I got that wrong.
That's right. And we have 2 beautiful colors.
Yes, we do.
Red and blue.
I always forget the colors.
I know.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Good to see you.
We've got a really cool promotion going on right now with our Q card.